Well, one of Maine's ecological unsung heroes is being studied like never before. Grace Bradley mucked around in Gouldsboro with a researcher from the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute today to learn more.
This is just the way we get out here.
While the entrance to hydrologist Julia Guimon's Gouldsboro office may seem unconventional, it's fitting, considering the novel research her and her team have been collecting as part of a 3-year project funded by the National Science Foundation.
This is really one of the first studies that's focusing on marshes in the winter.
Instruments and cameras are installed to measure temperature, salinity, and water levels in marshes in Maine and Massachusetts year-round.
This will give us an idea of if the marshes freeze, how deep do they freeze, how long do they freeze, and the temperature matters because the temperature influences how the water moves.
With this data, they have been able to debunk myths like marshes hibernate in the winter.
Estimates of how much carbon is stored annually in each of these systems is largely based on that April to November period. So by filling in the gaps and capturing November through April, we hope we can have better estimates. Based on the data that we've looked at, we know there's water moving from the marsh to the tidal channel, and that likely has a high carbon content. These salt marshes provide so many ecosystem services, and in part because they're at this interface between land and sea. They actually store more carbon per hectare than a tropical rainforest. They protect coastlines from storm surges, they dampen wave energy, they filter the water. Understanding how they function is just one aspect in better protecting them. If we don't have any data, then we can't think about what these systems will look like 5, 10, 100 years into the future.
Grace Bradley, WABI News, Gouldsboro.